Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Sparkle with Jyoti. It's been a hot minute since we have spoken like that, like sitting down one on one. But I have got so many questions on my Instagram DMs as well as my YouTube comments as well as personal messages that what is happening in Sweden? Are people leaving Sweden? Are they going back home, etc., etc.? So I thought let me sit down and talk with you because you can get a lot of answers if you just type in Google that are people leaving from Sweden. You can get tons of articles there and you can read through. But it makes a huge difference when someone is speaking from their personal experiences, from their personal challenges. And when you are here, like I am based in Sweden last it will be 9 years in Jan. So my take on it would be definitely different, right? Instead of reading through some articles, right? So yes, I am not going to go too much in deep, but I'm just trying to because if I start speaking about this topic, I can speak for hours and hours, and I know that you don't have that much time to listen to me talk and talk. So I'm going to keep it short and try to address in my own way. I will touch base on few points what I feel is important for you to know if you are planning to come to Sweden or if you are in Sweden. Okay, so yes, before I start, please do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. That means world to me. I make a lot of content, and you can see I'm so active, and you can see tons of information about Sweden. You can just get this information right sitting at your home at your fingertips, right? So now, once you've subscribed, let's get started. So, if you Google, of course, you will find the answer that yes, it is true. A lot of people are leaving Sweden, and there are multiple reasons for that. Of course, everybody's situation is different. Everybody's personal situation, in which phase they are, and what is their priority at that particular moment is different. But largely speaking, if you see the statistics, the amount of people, the number of people who are coming, the influx of people coming in Sweden, not only from India, from different parts of the world, is decreasing. And there are so many reasons for that. I can't even I cannot pinpoint and say, yes, this is it, and this is why people are going, because there is just not one reason. There are multiple reasons responsible for that. So I have a lot of people viewing my channel who speak in Hindi, so I'm going to chime in and speak in a little bit of Hindi as well. So बहुत सारे reasons हैं जिससे लोग वापस जा रहे हैं. And I mean, for me, of course, कोविड आई थिंक वॉज अ स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट. पैंडमिक आया था और उसके वजह से काफ़ी काफ़ी कंपनीज का बैंक्रप्सी हो गया. काफ़ी कंपनीज वर नॉट एबल टू लाइक हैंडल द सिचुएशन, एंड दे बिकेम बैंक्रप्ट. दे हैड टू ले ऑफ एंड फायर लॉट ऑफ पीपल. उसके बाद उससे उभर नहीं रहा है स्वीडन के कि इमीडिएटली वॉर स्टार्टेड बिटवीन रशिया एंड यूक्रेन. दैट टुक अ बिग हिट आई थिंक इन यूरोप एज वेल एज स्पेशली स्वीडन, सिंस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट स्वीडन नाउ. और inflation is all time high, guys. If I don't know if you're watching my videos which I'm making every day on Instagram, I'm having a lot of updates about the migration policies, about the inflation, about the rising cost, living cost of like expenses in Sweden. It's skyrocketing, guys. मतलब मुझे यहाँ पे 9 साल हो गए, but मैंने इतनी महंगाई अब तक नहीं देखी थी. This is all time high. Everything, right from grocery to your other expenses, your monthly like bills payments, your flight tickets. Of course, we at least try to go once a year to back home, right, where our family is based in India or wherever your home might be. So that flight tickets, but everything has become so expensive. Of course, I agree that you have the child care free, that is the medical is free, and the child education, your kid going to the school is free. But let's take a comparison, okay? Like let's say that you both, husband and wife, are working in India, and in, let's say, IT sector, you both are working and have good salary, and comparatively you are living in Sweden, and the wife is coming on a dependent visa. Though she is highly qualified and highly skilled, she's not able to get job, right? So basically, you like if both of you are earning in India, vis-a-vis, only one person is earning in Sweden. Okay, so now compare. Okay, so even if it is, the childcare is free, you can say, but then the taxes are very high, and I don't think so you get that many benefits, because even though you say that you're paying taxes and you're getting in return the medical facilities and the other facilities, but facility, if you say, there is not much what we get, right? I mean, I've been living here so long, and इतनी सारी diseases होते हैं यहाँ पे, like you okay, सर्दी खांसी ठीक है, it's very very normal, and I don't think so you need antibiotics or any advanced medicines for cold and cough and fever. But there are many other multiple serious diseases which yeah, it's not entertained here. Like, you are not getting enough test, you're not getting enough attention, you're not getting enough line of treatment, so to say. And of course, it takes a lot of time. You need to have a lot of patience to get medical facilities. So even though you are paying taxes, high taxes, and it's not मतलब उसकी बराबरी नहीं हो रही है in what return what you get. Okay, anyways, that is one point. I think what I wanted to address is rising inflation. Everything is becoming so expensive, and especially with kid and two kids. If you're having two kids, the expenses are all the more. Even though your tuition fees, so to say, in your school is 2% of your income, so it's very less. It's hardly 1,000 SEK pay, like money you have to pay, fees you have to pay for your kid's school. But there are multiple other things. As the kid is growing, you need to invest in the kids, let's say swimming classes, let's say the kid is interested in piano or guitar classes, then you have some abacus classes. Then you have, since the study level, the intensity of study is so low here in Sweden, that you need your child, being from an Indian family or Indian background. I mean, I want my daughter to, like, have a maths background. I want her to be good in maths, science. Of course, she's interested in science. That's another thing. So we need to have these extra classes as well, which cost money, right? Of course, it's not completely free if you compare, right? So this is one part, that parents are not able to handle the expenses and the rising inflation here. The second point, the housing has become so expensive, especially now the market is so down. There are so many layoffs are happening right now, that the costing of the housing is gone down. Okay, so I mean, okay, the price of house is low, but you don't have enough money, and also, and simultaneously, the interest rate has gone up. Earlier, it was just 1 or 2% interest rate, but right now it is up to 5%. So imagine, if you're buying a house, let's say of 4 million SEK, you are paying 20 to 25,000 krona in interest, to the bank. So basically, even if both the husband and wife are working, one person's salary is completely going in paying the interest or the loan amount of the house. So one person's salary is there to the other expenses what you have, right? So that is the reality. And I don't want to be a party pooper. I don't want to be like the person who says, no, 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 don't come to Sweden, Sweden is bad, and all that stuff. Okay, मतलब, but I feel कि informed decision लेना आपका हक है, and it is very much important for you to be aware of the realistic situation happening in Sweden, and not just have the glamorous image in your mind what you are seeing in amazing pictures and videos online, right? Because it's very different to just come as a tourist, live for a while, have fun, and go back, and it's a altogether different story when you're living here for a long term. Like me, you're building your life here, your kids' life, and everything. Like me, I've been living here last almost 8 to 9 years, and I have seen firsthand the market changing, going up and down, more down than up, unfortunately, and the effects what it's having on us living on day-to-day basis here in Sweden, right? So now, if you take in account, say, if you see the larger percentage of people who come abroad or leave their home countries is basically to earn money, to save money, right? But right now, currently, the situation is that even if you are earning, you're not able to save much. You can save if you're having like a very very, like, a life where you're not spending anything outside, you're completely cooking at home, sticking to the exact budget, and you're taking a lot of measures for savings, and you're living like a very restricted life. Okay, of course you can save then, but that number is also not that good comparatively to the sacrifices what you're making, staying away from family, staying alone, sacrificing your social life, your different aspirations or different activities which you want to participate in. You cannot go and eat a meal outside in the restaurant, or comparative to all these sacrifices, I think the saving number is looking pretty low, right? And then what happens is when you're living for a longer period of time, of course you can save, you can live this restricted life for a short amount of time, let's say couple of years or 3 years or 4 years even. But when you're building a life, when you're living for a long term, it's not sustainable. Matlab, you cannot just say keep on saving and keep on living this restricted life, and let's say कि अभी 4 साल तो मैं पूरा मतलब सेव करके रखूंगा अच्छे से, and then I will maybe buy a house or go and live my life, right? It is not sustainable. It is not it's not even practical, so to say. So yeah, so basically I think financial aspect is a big aspect which is driving people to leave Sweden and look for opportunities somewhere else. Now, if I'm an Indian, so I visit India every year. So what I see, India is really growing. You can get help. Of course, there are challenges and there are multiple. There is poverty and there are jobs not available. The younger generation is also trying. The population is of course so much that people are looking for opportunities and jobs outside, right? I agree, but when I compare, like say for example, I have been living always in a metropolitan city, let's say for example Bangalore, and if my husband has a job and if I am also working, then life is pretty comfortable. Like I can hire a maid, I can hire a cook, I can go in my car, I can very well afford to live in a good house in a good society. I also have a house there, so I can continue to live in my house. I do not have to pay rent. So that I'm saving money in that. I also have my family close by, so I don't have to feel guilty all the time about my parents getting old and living alone in India, right? So there are so many other factors also. Like, and what is also happening is like for a family like us, like I'm in my like I have become just 40 now, and the phase where I am in, my parents are also getting older and they are not able to work or do the stuff what they used to do before. So like I am growing and they are also growing in age, so it's a very tricky situation. If I mean, you know what I'm. If you understand what I mean, then you know what I am trying to say, right? So there are so many factors as well. People feel that the sacrifices financially, emotionally, and mentally what they are doing is not equal, is not getting compensated with anything else. Like there is nothing, कुछ है नहीं जिससे कि मतलब बहुत अच्छा लगे कि okay, at least you're happy or you're achieving this particular thing, right? Now, on the other side, of course, Sweden has a lot of other opportunities. If you're young, if you've just passed out, and if you've come here with a job in IT, and if let's say you get married and both of you are working, then of course you have so much of time. Like let's say you're 26, okay, and you have got a job here, and your wife also has got a job, and let's say you're living here for 10 years, and then you will be 37, 38. But by the time, if you're continuously working, you'll be able to earn so much of money, like savings and other stuff, that you'll be able to retire or maybe just save the money and go back home or do multiple investments, right? But condition is that you both have to work and you both have to continuously work. Then that can be a reality and that is possible. I don't deny that Sweden has amazing nature, it is beautiful, and there is quality of life, of course, and the kids are not like pressurized to study. There are benefits, but of course every country or every place has its pros and cons, and you have to decide for yourself what is your priority right now, which season of life you are in, and what makes you happy, or what are the things what you want to achieve in your life, what really matters to you. That is completely up to you. So matlab, I cannot say that okay, you have to do either this or that, but rather I just wanted to show you the true picture. Jobs are not available for a non-IT. Forget about non-IT. Even IT sector is facing tremendous challenges right now, with so many people getting fired, restructuring happening in the organization, a lot of budget cuts, and lot of immigrants thinking of going to different countries than Sweden. So if you say if you check statistics on Google, then you will definitely find an article that comparatively in the last 5 to 6 years, the ratio is just 3 to 4% of people coming in, you know. So yeah, that shows a lot of things. But of course, I'm here to support, I'm here to guide you. Since I'm based here, I can give you first hand information. So yeah, that's it for me today, guys. I just wanted to touch base upon this particular topic. If you have any questions, you can leave it under the in the comment section, or you can always reach out to me on Jyoti in Sweden. I am posting tons of content because as an immigrant I feel a responsibility to educate people and to spread the information that why you should or should not come here, or just give you the information to make the informed decision for you and your family, because it matters, it's really important, right? But yeah, I'm here, so you can reach out to me anytime, and I hope you like this video, guys. Do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay positive and stay happy, guys. Take care. Bye bye.